Hi, I'm Rob.
And I'm Angie.
And together we are TwinFinity.
So this is a video we honestly never thought we'd have to do, and it's a video we don't really want to do, but it's a video we feel we need to do. Do you want to jump in with this, or do you want me to? We haven't really pre-planned a lot of this.
We should have, because this should be more like a prepared statement as opposed to an off-the-cuff video. But
off the cuff is how we do it, though. So.
Yeah, that's how we're going to likely end up doing it. And of course, we'll finish without saying everything that we wanted to remember, especially me, because I don't have any notes. But
we do have some notes because there's some really significant points we want to make.
What we're talking about is, and we only probably really need to make one video on this ever in our whole poor little lives.
We hope.
It's a video about Twin Flames universe and the controversy and the causes and whatnot that have created this situation.
Yes. So some of you may know, some of you may not know. There are now 2 different documentaries out about Twin Flame Universe. And if you don't even know who Twin Flame Universe are, the leaders are Jeff and Shalea Ayan, is I think how you pronounce their last name. Not that I should judge this, but I'm going to judge this. They are absolutely not twin flames, but they are leading other people who think they might be twin flames into twin flame sort of situations, and they're coaching and teaching, and for years they have had a lot of controversy against them, and finally there are now 2 separate documentaries, and I've gotten the exact wording of the titles of these documentaries in case you want to look them up. There's one on Amazon Prime called Desperately Seeking Soulmate, Escaping Twin Flames Universe. And the other one is on Netflix, and it's just called Escaping Twin Flames. I wish the Netflix one would have said Escaping Twin Flames Universe, not just Twin Flames, because it's kind of tarnishing the name of Twin Flames, but it is what it is.
But I'll let Angie continue, but basically I'd like to say that to start with, there's a whole lot that's going on with these two videos, documentaries, that basically exposes everything in the light of being a scandal. Oh, we're about to get visited.
This is what happens when you do outdoor videos. We're getting visited by a dog. See, at least we got some positive inspiration. Oh. And there we go.
So anyway, it's basically what I would call a scandal, and in reality, from a 3D reality, it is isolated to the peoples and events that are directly part of it. The hard part is that it's born from within the twin flame realm that all this got started and started to become what it is. So it does affect us all, but it's affecting many different people differently. And I'll let Angie start with her initial comments.
Before I go into my comments of how it affected me, I want to first explain a little bit about these documentaries, because some people, again, have not watched them, some people have. So they are both documentaries done on Twin Flames Universe. They are not done by a documentarian speaking about it and sharing their own maybe perceptions or concepts. It's actually footage filmed from twin flames, or people, whether they're twin flames or not, we don't know, but people that were in the group of Twin Flames Universe and have left the group. And that's why they call it escaping, because it takes a lot of effort for these people to get up the courage to leave this group. So it's actually footage from people who've left the group, and then also footage from videos that are shared by Jeff and Shalea within the group. So you're getting first-hand experience of what these people have experienced in this group, the kind of situations they've gone through, and the trauma they've experienced from it. So it is not a documentary done on Twin Flames specifically. It's done specifically on Twin Flames universe. So it's not talking about Twin Flames. It's talking very specifically about this group, Twin Flames Universe, and for short, they call themselves TFU. So why this is such a controversy is because, unfortunately, Jeff is not a twin flame. Him and his wife are not real twin flame teachers. They are controlling other people. And what's really sad is Jeff's wife, Shalea, her real name is actually Megan, but she's changed it over the years to Shalea. She's really his first victim. In my opinion and many others, he is a true narcissist. He takes advantage of people who are in vulnerable states, and that's exactly what he's done. Is he's over the years tried different businesses and tried to make money doing and manipulating people in different ways, and then discovered twin flames and found this worked.
Yeah, from what we've seen in those documentaries, just to reiterate slightly differently what Angie has said, he has tried many, I'll maybe overstate this as get rich quick kind of things.
Absolutely.
But it took finding twin flames as a relatively large group of relatively vulnerable people needing help to cause him to understand that he could offer what he perceives as help.
Yeah.
But really what he's looking to do is help himself get rich. And he's managed to accomplish that, but it's turned out to be so controversial based upon the manipulations, etc., that have happened, that it's really turned out to be very, very harmful for people who have gone to Twin Flames Universe seeking help, seeking understanding, like most of us of Twin Flames background have needed to do at some point to learn something. What they've really learned is how to support Jeff and Shalea in their quest to have a very comfortable life.
Yes. So how they do this is, you know, if somebody's searching, they think they've met somebody that they've had a unique connection, which most of us have, and then you go searching on the internet.
This is how we get our start. We've all
Right?
come across these relationships where it just doesn't make sense until you discover the concept of twin flames.
Yep. So they then find his group and are welcomed with open arms. And, you know, a lot of them have shared when they first went to the group, they felt so loved and so welcomed, like a love feeling they'd never felt before. And they felt accepted. And that's what drew them in, which again, unfortunately, is a narcissist's way, the whole love bombing, right? They just tell you you're the greatest and I can help you and I'm here to serve you. And it draws these people in. But the further they get in, the more they are told they have to buy these courses, and they're guaranteed union with their so-called twin. First of all, they're even confirmed by Jeff. Jeff will say, okay, so who was this person that, you know, brought you here? How did you find us? And they'll say, well, I connected with this person and we had this amazing experience. And then it went away and I went searching, and then Jeff will confirm that was your twin flame.
You'll say that right out of the get-go without barely even knowing the person's name.
Right. He doesn't even know the person he's talking to, let alone the person that they've met. So how is he to say that's your twin flame? But he'll confirm it. So of course then these people are like, you have all the answers, you're like this guru. And then that draws them in further. And then Jeff will say, if you do my course, if you pay this however much money to do my course,
you spend your $50, you spend your $200,
it's
you
more
spend
like
your
thousands.
$3,000.
Yeah.
I will get you in union with your twin.
Guaranteeing. And he says it in his videos. Again, these are video clips that people have shared in these documentaries, and he very much absolutely guarantees people will be in union with their twin flame.
Now,
nobody can guarantee that.
Yeah, and of course you can guarantee it, but of course as soon as somebody doesn't do exactly 100% of everything that was mentioned in the course, well, you just blew your own guarantee because you didn't do what you were told.
Right.
So that means, you didn't make it in union. Oh, well, thank you very much. We tried.
And that's, again, part of the manipulation and the control. So then he gets people even further in by, you know, people down the road start saying, how come there's so few of us in union? So then he says he's gotten this great message from God that, no, I was not, he's not going to say I was wrong, but those were your false twin flames. And I'm really now wondering if that's where the term false twin flame ever even came from, was his languaging, because I've never resonated with it personally. But he'll say, I got a channeling from God, and actually your twin flame is right within this group of our own people. And because most of the people in these groups are women, he's now had to tell them, well, one of you is actually the masculine energy and one is the feminine. These people have gone so far because they've been so controlled by him, so brainwashed, they're believing everything he says. So they'll literally go and change their sex. They will have what's called top surgeries. They will have all these surgeries to change themselves from a female to a male, and then end up in union with somebody that they've been told within the group is their twin flame.
In other words, there's the people within this group lose a lot of their ability through brainwashing is harsh, but some would say it's exactly what it is. They lose their ability to resonate, and when they can't resonate anymore, they just go with what they're told.
Yeah. So both of these documentaries are a 3-part series. They're each episode is about an hour long, and I know some people say don't watch them, some people say do watch them. My opinion is at least watch a little bit of it so you know what is out there, you know what's going on, because we can't put our head in the sand and just think, oh, this isn't really, who cares what's happening out there. I think it's important that we know.
It's been my experience through my own journey and through watching other people with their other journeys that really, when you first understand and come across the term twin flames and you realize that that's as close as you're going to get to something that describes your journey, you're still missing a ton of information, and some of the things that you're missing often are so hard to even word as far as questions are concerned as to what's really happening to you, let alone understand the answers. So it really leaves a person very, very vulnerable to what's going on. And I would, as opposed to saying, let's bury your head in the sand and not give these videos and Twin Flames Universe any energy whatsoever, I would rather go the opposite direction of letting people know that I would prefer to have people, if they have any interest in all and understanding what has gone wrong, so that they hopefully don't have anything like this go wrong in the future to them.
Right.
I would rather have people risk the trauma of watching this and understanding what's happened within our Twin Flame community than to bury the head in the sand and say, don't give it any energy, don't learn what's going on, it really isn't going to matter. I don't know. I still think that education is important.
Yeah.
It was very, very traumatizing to watch either one of these two documentaries.
Yes.
I didn't find any consolation in watching them quickly in a row versus taking days apart between them. Either way, it really, really hit hard. Just to think that something like that would happen within the community, but at the same time, the possibilities of it were always there. I just hoped it would never happen. And I am, it's going to take me a while to heal from this. I feel terrible for our community. I don't think that there should be any embarrassment or shaming on behalf of the people who got involved with Twin Flames Universe and got hurt. They just literally did what they were asked to do. They were drawn in, sucked in, but I don't want to call them suckers. They were taken aboard a program by an expert manipulator.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
And any of us could have that happen to us at any time. It's just sad that it really did happen. And it is still continuing to happen. There are still thousands of people who are still involved and keep track of Twin Flames Universe. And I'm not going to tell people what to do, but watching the videos, could be very beneficial in understanding how things can go wrong. And by understanding what can go wrong, it can help people understand the difference between manipulation and resonation.
Right.
Resonation is one of the biggest words that I have learned to trust. And if you can't resonate with what you're being told, with what is happening around you, then I would be leery of that.
Yeah.
I really would.
Yep. To echo what Rob said, these were very hard for me to watch. The Amazon Prime one wasn't as bad, and funny enough, we didn't even know there was two. When we first heard about it and watched the Amazon Prime one when it first came out, we don't even have Amazon Prime, but we signed up just to watch this. And it wasn't terribly traumatizing, but it was a little bit.
It was. I was moderately traumatized by that. The empathetic side of
Yeah.
me just ached.
Yeah.
Ached with agony. I didn't know what to do with the pain I was feeling on behalf of what I was watching.
On these people that have just been innocent victims, that have been absolutely controlled and manipulated and gaslighted, and love bombed. Just appalling and heartbreaking to watch. Where I was going though is the second one, the one on Netflix that came out a little bit later that we just finished watching. That one I'm still recovering from. The last episode that we watched was Thursday night.
Yes.
And
This is a
still-
Saturday.
Yeah, I'm still having dreams and not nightmares, but I'm still processing it in my nighttime sleep. Even yesterday morning, I was driving to work and almost in tears over this because it's just breaking my heart. Number one, that there are people out there that have been treated like this, that have been manipulated and controlled on such a mass level. I mean, both Rob and I, if you know our stories, our last relationships were with narcissists. So we understand firsthand what it's like to be in that situation. But when you're with a bunch of other people, I think it's even harder because you're all sort of in the same boat and not understanding what's happening to you. So now you follow along because your friend has followed along.
Sure, and you don't want to let your friend down by bursting any of their bubbles, so you remain silent and you soldier on. And,
Right.
Until you just can't anymore.
Yeah.
It's the two different documentaries. How about this? If you're very empathic, you feel the feelings of others. If you're really easy to bring to cry at a movie, I would say watch the Amazon Prime one.
Yeah.
It doesn't hit as hard, even though it hits plenty hard enough to get the message across. If you want to take it right between the eyes, then watch the Netflix one.
And what the only difference is with them, it's the same information that's presented in the same way by people that were in the group, and also videos of what happens in the group, videos of Jeff, videos of other members. What's different about the one on Netflix though is it goes more in depth of showing the real toxic behaviors of Jeff specifically, and why we're saying Jeff and not so much Shalea, because unfortunately she's just another victim.
She follows along. She doesn't have a lot to say, and a lot of what she has to say isn't about you're being an idiot if you don't do what we tell you to do. She's the spiritual one. He's the one that is the manipulator.
Yeah. So she basically just parrots what he says because she's also afraid of getting what's the right word?
He would shut her out.
Absolutely, getting backlash from him. So she doesn't say a lot in most of the videos other than to agree with what he said or reiterate what he said. So he's definitely the one behind all of this. But where I was going is that why the Netflix one is so much harder is you see much more of the videos of him and the anger. And so if you disagree, if one lady said, I don't feel like a guy, and he's like, well, I think you need to change your name. And she's like, I like my name. And he gets mad, like he swears at people, you effing this, and he just loses it, which again, if you've ever experienced a narcissist, narcissist, it's classic, right? That's the way they control you, is through fear. So it's hard to watch. So it might not be the one you want to watch. And you might not even need to watch all of the episodes. Maybe even just watch a little bit just so you kind of get a taste of it, and then you go, I got it.
Yeah.
That's all you need. You don't need the whole story, because it's disturbing.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I don't want to recommend that you damage yourself
No.
by watching these, but yeah, it's really hard. I have to make this video, if for any reason, just to try to push some of this energy back out of me. You know, I work in a very 3D job. I've been in management, hiring, firing, and all this other stuff, and this was just pain.
Yeah.
I just can't believe how much it hurt.
Yeah.
I know that there's going to be some people, because of what has happened in this scandal, and by the way, I'm going to back up one notch here. You know, politicians have scandals. Business groups have scandals. Stock markets have scandals. Religious groups have scandals. This is a scandal. It's isolated to the people who are involved. For the rest of us who are out there, it's up to us to come to our own judgments. And picking up where I was just a little bit ago, there is going to be some people who are going to just say, you know, this whole thing of twin flames, if this is what it can happen, I don't want any part of it, and they will leave the journey.
Yeah.
Other people will be so wary of the journey that they will be afraid to grow, or afraid to ask for help or advice, or afraid to watch videos for fear of being manipulated. Other people will just go straight on ahead because they know their journey, whether they like their journey or not. They will just continue on. And I'm terribly sad for those that have come into a thought of trying to find some help and some truth with their journey and decide to leave. I'm sad for that, but there's also nothing I can do about that. Myself, I feel I can isolate this and leave it as something that I'm not part of, and continue on the way that I have been, knowing that there may be now some other damage that I've not ever needed to try to make sense of for people. This could be something that bounces around the twin flame community for years. But if it is going to be around, if it's going to be something that's going to pop up every so often, I needed to understand it, I needed to watch it, and I need to be able to comprehend what people are possibly going to be talking about. So, yes, we have watched it. Yes, it hurt. And I am still happy that I have, because I plan on still being very active within the twin flame community.
And funny that Rob ended with that sentence, because after every single episode, so 6, 3 in each documentary, I would turn to Rob at the end and say, I want to quit. I don't want to do videos anymore. I don't want to be involved with the twin flame community anymore, because I don't want to be part of any of this trauma, damage, any of it. And then it would take me a whole day to get out of that and get back centered again. This is how much it affected me. I just wanted to wipe twin flames out completely. Just because of the trauma of it. But I've recognized, and Spirit has also reminded me, that we have a mission to serve. And those of us that are genuinely on the path are here for a higher reason. And I think that's what we really need to keep in perspective. And that's what's been hard for me to keep in perspective. Usually I'm very good at being able to see the higher perspective in everything and know that the dark has a purpose. And I know this now, but it's taken me days to come through that and remember again that the dark is part of the light. You can't know the light without the dark. So we need people like this, unfortunately, on this planet, because it is a planet of contrast and it is a planet of duality. And that's again why we're not that we're pushing people, but we're just recommending, if you are, if it feels in alignment with you, to at least watch a little bit of it, so you know what's out there, so you know what the contrast is. Because when we know what isn't right for us, it does help us define even more so what is right for us.
And on the topic of right and resonation and whatnot, there are many fantastic people within the twin flame community, both as people who are learning about twin flames and as well as people who are doing coaching within the realm of twin flames, and also people just like us who are putting out the odd video and maybe not doing coaching at all. There are many good, wonderful, well-meaning people doing the best with the knowledge and skills that they have.
Yeah.
And for that reason, there is not as much to be afraid of, I think, from within the remaining portions of the group outside of the Twin Flames universe.
Yeah.
I think it would be quite interesting to meet someone who's been in Twin Flames universe, had a horrible experience and got out and is trying to recover. But to be honest, I don't think that those people, as soon as they found out that I was a twin flame, I think they would run away screaming, and that would be it, even if all I wanted to do was give them a hug. So,
yeah, which is honestly what we would love to do. God, we would love to speak with some of these people and just give them so much love and nurturing, because I thought I was going to make it through this video without crying, and I don't know if that's guaranteed now, but when I think of these people, and again, I understand, and I've said many times in our own videos to you guys, that there are no victims and there are no villains when we look at things from the higher perspective, and I still fully believe that. It's just hard to watch these people have their lives torn apart. They've even been convinced and coerced to have no contact with their families, so their mothers are devastated. They've even had some mothers in the documentary trying to
reestablish contact.
Yes, and just to see these families torn apart, it's hard. It's yeah. Anyway, I wanted to leave you with, unless you had anything more to add.
Yeah, I kind of do. This is going back to why we do what we do and the way that we do it. We don't get involved in one-on-one coaching simply because as much as Angie is a nurse and I've been a manager in industries for many, many years, we still don't feel qualified to properly advise people who are going through their own personal traumas. It takes experts to look after people who are in the midst of the toughest times of their lives. And we can share what we've experienced, we can share what we know, but we leave it to to resonation as opposed to hardcore do this, do that advice. Simply because we don't really feel comfortable giving advice that people may follow into a disaster.
Right, and along those terms, why we feel that way. Number one, we've also been not called to do individual coaching, which we've shared in many videos. But yeah, number two, we're not qualified, and that's kind of some of the points I wanted to leave people with. Is when you're looking for a coach, first of all, there's nothing wrong with needing or wanting a coach, because this is a hard journey. We've lived it, we know it, we understand how challenging it can be, and there are no two journeys the same. So finding outside guidance and help is fine. It's knowing what kind of help to find. You want to look for somebody that actually has some sort of qualifications. You know, do they have a coaching course? Do they have a psychology background? Because often twin flames have come with a lot of childhood trauma. You know my story of trauma. You don't want that left with just anybody to kind of help you through and figure it out as they go along. You want somebody with some serious skills, like a genuine psychologist or psychiatrist, or somebody like I worked with a social worker who had a very much training in just sexual abuse, so she was able to really help me. So when you're looking for a coach, ask them about their qualifications. That's what I would recommend, so you're going to get the best help that you can get.
Or if you choose someone who are lay people within the twin flame community, at least make sure that they're willing to admit what they know, admit what they don't know, and that they understand what their role in trying to offer guidance and advice would be.
And that they'll recommend you to somebody else for things that they aren't comfortable or aren't able to help with.
And if you have someone who's willing to be honest about what they can, what they can't do, what they offer, what they don't offer, then chances are you're going to be getting their best genuine effort as well.
Yes.
There's that word again. Resonate with the people that you're going to be talking with.
Yeah. So just some other pointers that you guys probably already know, but in case there's new people watching this and you might be new to the journey, we just want to make sure people are aware of these things. That no one can tell you who your twin flame is. No one should tell you that, because this is an internal soul connection with another being. This is not somebody or something that somebody with outside of yourself should be telling you and confirming, yes, this is your twin, no, that's not. That's not for anybody to decide but you. So that's already a red flag right there, is when somebody's like, yes, this is your twin flame, or no, that's not, or I'm going to help you find them. Absolutely run away.
No one can guarantee union.
Yes.
Union.
Dear God.
There's too many variables. They can educate, they can help ground, there's many things that they can do. But union is between the two people / two souls, depending upon how it comes together, if it comes together. No one can drag two souls or two people together without some level of cooperation from within those two people.
Yeah.
And so they can't guarantee it. There's just no way. I'm sorry for those that think they can. I'll disagree with a smile on my face and a hug for those, because I still don't want to upset anyone. I just want to be in gentle disagreement.
And also just a reminder, if somebody says, take this course that I offer, take this class or this whatever, and you will get to union with your twin flame.
Whew.
There is no linear path to union. Nobody can say, do these steps, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, and this will lead you to union. I've got the key that's going to get you there. Nobody knows your journey to union, because they're all different.
There is actually nothing on this earth that someone can guarantee you that you will be 100% perfect at by taking a course.
Right.
Lawyers are not 100% perfect after coming out of law school. Doctors are not 100% perfect coming out of medical school. Twin flames and union can't be made perfect by coming out of twin flame and union school.
No.
It's the same.
Yep. And also just a reminder, again, I think most of us know this now, but in case you're new, you might just be learning about the journey. We are both masculine and feminine within us. So I have masculine energy and feminine energy within me. He has the same. So you're not one or the other. Part of Jeff's control and manipulation was telling somebody, you are female and female energy only, you are the divine feminine, and this person over here, even though they're in a female body, they're the divine masculine.
His mantra was, you're 100% one or the other.
Right.
Whew.
We have both, and that's part of the journey, is learning how to balance both within ourselves.
You can't have balance without counterbalance.
Right. I mean, yes, I express more as the feminine, he expresses more as the masculine. You're going to naturally have that within your connection, but you are both. So don't ever let somebody tell you that you're one or the other. You don't need to pay thousands of dollars to get to union. It's not going to get you there any faster or any easier. Some people think, okay, this is a $5,000 course. If I spend this money, I'll get to union. Because it costs so much money, it must be more valuable. Absolutely not.
It just means it's a more expensive course.
And that you've just lost a whole pile of money.
Maybe.
Yes.
There's one down here that I like. Don't give your power away.
Yes.
as much as you have troubles understanding your destiny, as much as you have troubles understanding a journey, you're still in charge of where your next step in the journey is. You might not know what to do with that step, you might not know where to take it, but it's still yours to own.
Yeah.
Remember that. It is your journey. Don't let anybody else run your journey for you.
And again, like we said earlier, there's nothing wrong with needing or wanting outside help and support and guidance, but make sure that person is always guiding you back to yourself. If you are saying, I feel this, and they completely discount that and tell you, no, you need to feel this or you need to do this, that is not somebody you want to be with. You want to make sure you have a coach that's always asking you, how do you feel? What do you think? It's always bringing you back to the self, because that's where your answers are. You want somebody that's going to help you tap into you, not somebody that's going to give you the answers and tell you how you should be living or feeling or thinking.
This is very key, because my belief is that all of our journeys are very individual. It is your journey. No two journeys are the same, just like no two snowflakes are the same.
Right.
So therefore, it's up to you to find your next spot where your next snowflake of your journey is going to land.
Yes. And lastly, unless you have anything else to add, I was just going to say, don't fall for people who claim to be gurus or experts or have all the answers, because none of us have all the answers. This is a very unique journey. And again, like we keep saying, there are no two alike. So they might be an expert on their own journey because they're living their own journey, but they're not going to be an expert on your journey because they're all different. What we've experienced, you might not experience. And that's why we share in question and answers, and we're happy to answer your questions and share our experience, but we're the first to say that might not be what resonates for you, and that might not be what's right for your experience. So make sure you're not following somebody who thinks they have all the answers and tells you they have all the answers. Again, that goes with what Rob said about don't give your power away. Anything else to add?
No, I thought we were going to do a 15-minute little video, and it's now rolled up to 37 minutes.
I just want to give the whole Twin Flame community a great big hug. Sorry I railroaded you, but the empath in me is just really hurting over this, because I feel like the whole Twin Flame community has been taken a swipe at by just toxic people that aren't even twin flames, that have no knowledge, no true knowledge about twin flames, and are not here to serve the community like the rest of us are. Those of us like you guys that are on this journey with us, we're all here to serve, whether you're in union or not. And some people are just out there taking advantage of vulnerable people on a sacred path. And I feel like the sacredness of twin flames has just really been hurt at the moment.
Yes, I was going to use a different word, but hurt is good enough.
Yeah.
There's words that are more traumatizing.
So I want to end with something that I was told by Spirit yesterday and then had confirmed outwardly twice. It was kind of neat. When I was saying, I don't even know how to continue. I feel so devastated and so beat down by darkness. And Spirit reminded me that it's always darkest before the dawn. And we are so close to huge shifts. Like if you're familiar with New Earth and the shift and the stuff that's going on our planet and why we're actually here, what our goal is as twin flames is to help with that shift. And it's always darkest before the dawn. So this darkness is just part of the shift. It's not a blemish on it, it's actually a part of it, and in the bigger perspective of it, it's actually serving it. So if we can remember the bigger perspective, and I'm talking to myself as much too, because I need to.
I see what has happened as being a contrast. You can't know where you want to go unless you've figured out where you don't want to go.
Totally.
Really, it sounds a little quirky, but it seems to be very true. And having seen what I didn't want to see and have happen to people, I now know a little bit more about what I would prefer to see have happen to people.
Yeah.
And for that, I guess, as much as it's hard to accept, I need to be thankful for the knowledge that I've gained by not burying my head in the sand about what has happened
Right.
to hundreds/thousands of people.
Yeah. So we will leave you with some mountain energy, which is why we chose to do this outside, to bring
Yeah.
in some nature, some Mother Earth and healing energy. And we just send you, our viewers, our love, and we send all of the people, whether they are still in Twin Flames universe or they have left it, we send them all of our deepest, deepest love and compassion as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, well, we will be back with a happier topic next. Okay, we love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.